Hey everybody, my name is Joey. Most people know me by Snowroc. I'm from Southeast San Diego. I grew up Mount Hope area, Fourth District. Uh, it was rough. I was like one of like maybe two or three white families that I remember. It was predominantly black and brown. It was I thought that was the way everybody grew up. It was good times and it was bad times. I was from a dysfunctional family. My father had a drinking problem, but he did the best he could with what he was working with because he didn't what I'm saying have a father that was there for him. So uh, always try and think of the good stuff, but most of the time it's the bad times that show you who you are, and there's a lot of bad times. But even in the bad times, you make the best. You do what you can. You do the best you can. And that's one thing I learned to live by. And I do the best I can at whatever I try and do. When I was young, all I wanted was a name and a reputation. You and I got it. Only realized it wasn't worth all that. You know, and the best thing to me that came out of that was the knowledge that if I'm willing to do the work it takes, I can do anything. So my life motto has always been can't stop, won't stop. And even when, the homies didn't want me in the hood, you know, I wasn't going nowhere. I didn't have no place else to go. That was my home. So I made a way. And back then, it wasn't easy, you know, but I had people that was there for me. You know what I mean? It was a lot of people that had my back, you know. But I think all the stuff that I went through, all of what I mean, because I grew up fighting and getting pushed around and all that. But all the stuff I had to go through, if I didn't go through all the stuff that I had to go through growing up in the hood, I wouldn't have been able to survive all the stuff I had to go through once I was in prison. You know, and when I first got sentenced to prison, I didn't expect. I didn't expect to get out. I, I was just gonna make you remember my name. You gonna remember my name. At the time, that's all I wanted. Like I said, I thought small. I want more now. You know, and I'm getting it. This is the best life I ever lived. Right now I'm married, about to celebrate my fifth anniversary. Been out over 6 years. That's longer than I've been out since I was 9 years old. You know, I got a career. You know, I got a life. And I used to think, man, I just want a normal life. Now I got it, and I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I say it every day. I'm blessed by the best and praying for the rest because somebody kept me here through all this stuff for something. And I always ask, what do you want me to do? Show me what you want me to do and give me the strength to get it done. And every day he does. So, you know, thank you. Uh, so I got a story I've been thinking about telling, and this is a true story. This is like the beginning of Snowroc. The Snowroc was just a joke between some of the homies when you know I was running around, and this was about '89. Yeah, it was about '89, and it was a joke because I had a different name. We gonna leave that one out. And Snowroc, I didn't like it, you know. And then everybody, oh man, that's that. Yeah, yeah, that one fits. That fits. That fits. I didn't like it, but it just ran. So most nicknames you get from other people. It's not like you make up your own nickname. Because I tried to make up some other ones that didn't work out. Some goofy ones to be exact. I remember, when I was a kid, I used to take colored pens and write on my arm like it was a tattoo. Electro lovers, you know. But that was that era. Anyway, uh, so the Thor story kind of begins with me. I just got arrested for armed robberies, and the police had arrested me and another guy, and they took us to the Lemon Grove station. Kept us there sitting in the room for like 4 hours. So, I'm sitting in the room by myself. He's sitting in the room by himself, probably, right next to each other. And just waiting and waiting for them to, get done drinking their coffee, eating their donuts. So they come back in and then they want to question us. Oh, tell us this, tell us that. Man, where's my lawyer? I ain't got nothing to say. Where's my lawyer? So, they keep trying to get me to say something, as they usually do. They see I ain't giving nothing up, they throw me back in the room and I sit back there for another 2 hours before they get around to taking me and my boy downtown. So now I'm an adult. So ain't no more juvenile hall. I've been all through the juvenile system. So I know how things go. I know how to live in incarceration situations. So we get to the county jail and they done took our clothes for evidence. So now it's like 1, 2 in the morning, and they get us downtown to Old County Jail. And this is like an underground thing where you drive down a little into a little area where they let you out the door and it's immediately into the building. And once you're in the building, you in a little box. The cops got their own little box they go in. And then they strip you, pat you down, check you out, make sure, you ain't got nothing else on you. And then they put a wristband on you so they got your name, your whatever your number is, because you ain't a name no more, you just a number. So then they take, and they release you into the tank, into where the phone tank is. Free phones at the time. And you ain't in there long. So I go up in there, and me and my boy, we in paper suits, the white paper suits with the little zippers. So we got those on, and so they having a party up in the tank. They loud. It's a bunch of motherfuckers. It's nuts to butts. It's people everywhere, and people are laying down, sleeping under the benches while people sitting on top of them. And they don't get it where you can get it, and so I come up in there and I'm in the outside, and they're patting me down and my boy, and they're getting our bands ready, and the people up in the tank are talking shit, and one guy, he's like, hey, you in for murder, huh? You in for murder. And I'm like, man, I just put my head down, shh, I'm sick. I don't want to talk, motherfucker. I'm locked up, I don't know what the fuck they fixing to do. I know, they might have something, but it is what it is. Let's go see. So, the dude, he just comes out of nowhere. I guess he's like drunk or whatever, because he got an orange band on. So it's like drunk or disorderly or somebody coming from the club. You know what I mean? So, the dude is like, hey, you a tough guy, huh? You a tough guy, huh? I'm just, shaking my head like, man, leave me the fuck alone, right? And then this motherfucker says, yeah, I like making tough guys my bitch. I'm gonna make you my bitch. And the dude's in the tank taking off his jacket. It's a black dude. And the dude is kind of big, you know what I mean? So, man, look, motherfucker scared. You know what I mean? He talking about taking something I ain't willing to give up. So, I know how it goes. When you get someplace, you gotta set an example and let the rest of the motherfuckers know. So as soon as they put that band on me, they put my boy's band on, you know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna open up this door, you know what I'm saying? And then I go up in this tank. And he's already up in here and he just came up out his jacket. So I'm about 180, you know what I mean? 6'3", you know what I mean, youngster. They open up the door, you know. I just went up in there swinging. I don't remember how it went down or what I did or how I did it, but I'm just swinging. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, hurt this fool before he can hurt me. And in the end, the police are in the tank, and I got the dude in the headlock. And I got him. You know what I mean? And I'm up against the bar, so I can't do shit. So the police are up in there. You know what I mean? They got their billy clubs out. They trying to grab on him, and I'm up against the bars. And they telling me to let him go. I'm like, I ain't. I'm letting him go. He's holding on. Get him. But if I let him go right now, I'm up against the bars. He's gonna get me with one. So I'm like, he won't let go. So then the police finally get him, and I let him go. And then they take me out and cuff me up on the bench. So I'm sitting there out on the bench, and this fool, you know what I'm saying, is across the room, and all he's doing is talking shit. He sucker punched me. He sucker punched me. How the hell do you sucker punch somebody after you done told this motherfucker that you gonna take their manhood? Ah, okay. So, you know, I'm sitting there. I don't know what to do. I'm cuffed to this bench, but my hand is swelling up, right? So I know it's fucked up. I don't know how bad. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do, say, or nothing. So the MTA lady, she got done. You know what I'm saying? They took him to the infirmary. So a little while later, you know what I mean, then she came back with him, you know what I'm saying, all bandaged up. So then she looked at me, you know what I'm saying, and I had blood all on the paper suit. So they swapped me out and gave me, you know what I'm saying, some pants and shirt. And, you know what I'm saying, the little got rid of the paper suit because it had all the old boy's DNA all over it. So she see my hand was swelling up. So, you know what I mean, she's like, you gonna be all right? Yeah, I'm gonna be all right anywhere, you know. So she's like, well, look, you know what I mean, we can move you upstairs. So I'm like, damn, that's a gang of the homies upstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs. Fuck it, move me upstairs. So they move me upstairs. Man, going up the motherfucking stairwell. Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying. You don't know nobody. People coming through. You don't know who's coming through. You don't know who's coming up the stairs. You don't know who's coming down the stairs. You run into the wrong motherfucker in the stairwell, Old County Jail. They done found some bodies up in there. They done found some bodies up in there. And who's to say who did it, how long, you know what I'm saying? Because the police ain't going in the stairwell. Not unless they gotta clean somebody up off the motherfucking stairs. And it was ugly. So you know what I mean, I got a bad hand now. So it's like shit. They put the little half cast on me, you know what I mean, and the ace bandage. And you know what I mean, I'm going up to the medical tank. So, I don't know who's up here, you know what I'm saying, good, bad, you know what I'm saying, they put you in a situation where you go in the wrong tank with the wrong people and, you know, might not make it out. And there's been situations this happened, you know. So, it's you you thinking about it. You know what I mean? No matter how tough you are, people are, I ain't scared of nothing. Reality, you know what I'm saying? Fear is, you know what I'm saying, just telling you to beware, be ready. That's the way I see it. Because if you let fear stop you from doing anything, you ain't never gonna do nothing. And I've done a lot in life, you know what I mean? But this is so much more out here that I plan to do. So so anyway, so I got this I'm going upstairs and the cops taking me up there. I got my little bedroll and stuff. And they get me up there and I'm walking through and all I'm seeing is cells and people up in the cells, and it looks like them old ass prison movies when you see like in the 60s and motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, in the cell, and it's just ugly. It's just all bad. But all you see is concrete and steel. I said everything is concrete and steel. Peeling paint and cracking concrete and what I'm saying, bent, rusted old metal everywhere. Everywhere. That's the tables, stainless steel. The phones. You know what I mean? That's it's like two phones in the tank. So Rays have this phone, the other Rays have this phone, whoever has the most people, the most power, most nuts, and wants it the most, they got the phone. And it doesn't matter, who you are. Hey, deputy. No, you deal with that up in there, you know. And, you know, I'm walking up in there, not knowing what to think, what's coming, where I'm going, but, you know, just be ready. So we get to the second floor, medical tank, you know. I think it was like 2E or some shit like that. I don't remember. So took me up in here and they get me to this back door. And we walk by all the cells. There's a little bitty day room. And there's a bench in there and there's two phones on the wall, TV, there's a shower in there. And then what I'm saying, it's just cell, 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 cell. And then there's the Sally port. Sally port is where they got a door that opens this way, lets you into the Sally port. Then they got another door that opens this way that lets you into the area, the cell block. And what I'm saying, hearing that metal crank as they, what I'm saying, open up one door and latch and lock the other door behind you. That clang comes when they lock that door behind you, and that ain't nobody coming to help you. You know what I mean? They'll get here when it's over and they'll pick up whatever's left. So, mentally, I'm ready for whatever. As soon as I come up in there, before they let me into the Sally port, motherfuckers like, oh man, you up in here? So I don't know who the fuck it is. Motherfucker got his shirt tied around his head. You know what I mean? He up on his rack reading and shit, you know what I mean? So I'm like, who the fuck? So the motherfucker jump off his rack and his hand is in a cast. That's my big homie Odie Low. Like, cuz, what's up? Like, what's up, cuz? What you in for? Woo, woo. So, I give him the rundown. He's like, all right, look, I'm going to take you. We're going to go talk to the tank captain right now. This motherfucker, the boy Babyface from Lincoln Park. All right. So we go over there, I follow him, now I'm walking, with a purpose. You better know when you see me coming through, you looking too funny, I'm taking somebody's chin because I'm not waiting for nobody to do nothing to me. You know what I mean? I already been told, these white boys gonna try me. So, I'm coming ready for war, mentally. And we go get that baby face, and he's like, oh, okay, what's up, homie? We meet, mutual respect, Damu, we're a crip, but we up in here, the blacks with the blacks, whites with the whites. The mess with the Mexicans. I'm a crip. So that's a black thing. So this is what it is. At the time, I don't know, I guess everybody's supposed to fall in line and do what everybody else says you're supposed to do. Well, I don't get down like that. I'm not that guy. I ain't been doing what motherfuckers told me to do. You know what I mean? That's why I'm in here. But anyway, mentally I'm ready for whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? You know, the homie go get at the head white boy in the tank. It's only a couple of us. But these motherfuckers is medical motherfuckers. Motherfuckers with cast. Motherfuckers is, you know what I'm saying? One motherfucker had the shit bag on. And, you know what I mean? It was, you know what I'm saying? These medical people. Don't nobody want no problems. So I'm cool. You know what I mean? So it's cool because I need this little time to heal up and get my shit back. You know what I mean? You know, so when I go to the doctor, you know what I mean? You know, it was, they showed me the bone where it had broke, and what happened was I took the bone right here and I broke it, and then I took and split it and put the bone inside the other bone like that, and my knuckle was back here. So what they had to do, they put pins in my hand to hold the bone together so it could heal for 6 weeks. So I had metal sticking out of my hand, and it was wrapped up with a half cast and an ace bandage, you know, and that shit got infected. You know, I'm in fucking nasty ass tank all day, you know. I could wrap a wrap bag around it when I shower. They don't ever, you know what I'm saying, you know, take me out to clean it regularly like they should have. So it got infected. But after it healed up, you know what I'm saying, I was shocked when the mother just grabbed some pliers, you know what I'm saying, and pulled the metal out of my bone. And you know, what I mean, you know, it was nothing. I'm like, you ain't gonna give me no pain medicine or nothing. But the best part of this was when I first got in the medical tank. There's a whole bunch of people up in there that, you know what I'm saying, got nothing but time and need something to talk about. So a lot of them be making shit up. You know what I mean? You know, you got war stories and everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can be a superstar in jail, and it's a lot of that. But one of the dudes in there, he had the same surgery I had because he had a broken hand. And he was telling me, look, man, you know what I'm saying, they gonna do this. And when you feel this, you know, scream. It ain't gonna hurt. You just feel like a little scratch. But that's when they're cutting you open. But you're numbed up, so all you feel is like a little scratch. When you feel that scratch, yell and they'll give you more drugs. I'm like, really? I'm gonna try that. So my dumb ass tries it. So I'm over there and I'm at the doctor and they got my arm. My whole arm is under the a curtain, so I can't even see from here over. So they're over there working on it and they got an IV in my other arm and I'm just laying there looking up at the lights. So then they put that shit in my IV and I feel it, you know what I mean? It goes cold. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying, you know, I'm not into a lot of drugs and shit, so this shit, you know what I'm saying, you know, it hit me. So I'm sitting there like, whoa, look at the lights. Then I feel the scratch and I'm remembering, yell when you feel the scratch. So I yell, ah, you know, and I scared the doctor. And the doctor, I guess he cut a nerve or something in my hand because I don't have no feeling in a part of my hand. And, you know, my hand still works because of the surgery. They repaired the bone and everything works, but I ain't got no feel in this part of my hand. Now I believe that came in as into think that became a tool because you know inside violence is a normal thing. If you want to get something done, if you want to get something, you know what I mean, violence, whatever, violence, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying, you know, that was all I knew. I grew up fighting. So now, I got to fight. Yeah, no problem. Line them up. So you know, it was it was rough. But that's where that can't stop, won't stop comes in. You know, they say when the times get rough, I forget how to say it. You know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So, so I ain't never considered myself tough. Because most of the fights I had, I thought, you know what I'm saying, it was survival, you know, because you know the whites didn't like me. They wanted They wanted to get rid of me. I guess I was considered a race traitor because I was raised differently, and I was raised this way. And in my mind, it was like, man, my fist and change now, So what do? You just face it, and I got through it, and I'm still here. So now I'm trying to be a better man. I'm trying to be a better me in all aspects. I still got stuff I'm working on, you know, because living out here is different than living inside there. And there wasn't really no help. The parole, the system doesn't want you to get out and stay out because then they wouldn't have a job. So why would they want that? You know, who's looking at this? Ain't nobody looking at this. Ain't nobody paying attention. That's the same with the system. You know what I mean? I think like I'm personally not a fan of the way public defenders. Their goal is to be a DA. That's who they working for. That's who they want to work with. They're not on my team. They trying to get ahead. They gonna work with the DA. Then here I am under the bus. Hey, wait a minute. You know, I'm not blaming it all on the system because I made my mistakes. But that's the thing. According to the rules and the laws of the land, you know, they say there's no double jeopardy. But if you think about it, if I go back to jail, I get hit upside the head with time for the stuff that I did before. But supposedly I was told I paid my debt to society. But that debt will never be paid. I'll always be the violent gang member because that's what their paperwork says. Okay. Well, that's what the paperwork says. You know, but is that really who I am? Nah, I don't think so. But people wonder about Snowroc. I used to say that I left Snowroc in the cage. I can't leave Snowroc in the cage. He's still a part of me. He's always going to be a part of me. Just like when I was young, I was White Boy Joey. I used to say that Snowroc killed White Boy Joey. And now I used to say that because White Boy Joey got picked on and pushed around and his shit took and he got it bad. And then Snowroc came. And Snowroc was taking your shit. Snowroc was whooping your ass. Snowroc wasn't having it no more. Snowroc was, what I'm saying, Snowroc had to kill White Boy Joey. That's what I used to think. But now I understand that White Boy Joey just evolved. White Boy Joey evolved into Snowroc for defense, to save himself. He couldn't take no more ass whoopings. So he started delivering. And violence, like I said, was a way of life. And now, trying to get away from that is hard because, like, certain things are like your program. Me, the way I see things are through the prison system because, like, I'm still institutionalized. I wake up in the morning and I go to work. This is my program. People understand, they know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the program. It's my program. I go to work because I want to get out of my cell. And I look at My house is my cell. But people like, no, don't think about it like that. I mean, fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is my cell. But people don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, you make your cell what, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want. It's not, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have to be a dungeon. You know what I mean? It's what you make. Now if it's people that know me, I have my cell hooked up. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? I ain't fisting to go without. And inside, you know, I was hustling, and I did what I had to do to get what I wanted. If that meant taking somebody's shit, then you know what I mean, that may you might get in trouble, you might go to the hole. I'm already in jail. What you gonna do? Put me in another jail? Oh no. So, I didn't have much to lose. But my analogy of kind of how California prison is, it's like a swimming pool. And the swimming pool is full of sharks. Every now and then, they throw in a tuna. You know, I became a great white. I was hungry. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a hustler. I was raised by hustlers. You know what I mean? My auntie that raised me, she was a hustler. And it's, what I'm saying, hustling ain't a bad thing. The way I see it, I mean, my analogy is how you survive through life every day. Hustle. So whatever you do, I go to work. All my hustle's legit now. I go to work, I bust my ass. But that company, they take care of me. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to find a way to get Uncle Sam to stop kicking me in the nuts. But he got to get his. So as long as he get his, he let me have mine. So I take what I can get, huh? Ain't my motherfucking uncle. But anyway, I I'm working to make things better. Trying, you know, trying to do things differently. Trying to be a part of the community. What community? Southeast San Diego. I grew up here. I was raised here. I love San Diego. You know, but that's the thing. I've been claiming and gang banging, and I don't own nothing. I don't own no parts of the hood, southeast or nothing else. So my goal is to give me piece of something, you know, so that I can pass it along to my family, so they have something. Trying to do things differently, trying to make things better for the next generation. But I'm not the one to be going around telling people what to do this and do this and do this. Because when I was young, didn't nobody want to hear that shit. You can't tell me shit. I know. When I was at that age, when I was out running the street, you couldn't tell me shit. And I'm fixing to do whatever the fuck I want to do. You don't get the fuck out of my way. You know what I mean? And I know it's a lot of youngsters out there that's feeling the same way. But it's other ways, man. It's other ways. It's better ways. You know, you can spend your time going through hardship. You know what I'm saying? In a motherfucking college. You know what I mean? Getting an education so that you can get above and do more and help the next motherfucker. Because that's, what I'm saying, that's one of the things of being a man is you got to be a positive part of your community. You know what I mean? You got to be responsible. You got to take responsibility. You know, and that's the thing. I done took responsibility. I done messed up my life over and over and over. Now I'm trying to make it better. So if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and then share it with a friend. Uh, I'm Snowroc, and I'm standing tall through it all. See you next week.